Hey guys, I'm Pixelbitch. Welcome to the download. I give you 3 ideas for staying in on Halloween if you'd rather play games. We bid a begrudging fond farewell to the Xbox Connect. We talk a little bit about why Wolfenstein 2 is getting a load of flack on Twitter, and Sonic Forces gets a demo on the Nintendo Switch. But there is a couple of catches. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today to bid a final farewell to the Microsoft Connect. When I say final, I mean this appears to be the end, the final farewell. We've had a couple of buys before, but this is it. This is it done. Yeah, Microsoft have put a final spade of dirt on the Kinect by announcing that it is no longer going to be manufacturing the device, and once game shops run out of them, that's them gone. Kinect support's going to continue if you do own a device, but the official press release is saying that ongoing developer tools remain unclear. That basically means there's not going to be any more games for the Kinect, generally. The Kinect was a great idea in theory, but to me it needed far too much room. Quite frankly, my living room wasn't big enough for a Kinect. I constantly had to move my couch. If I was doing things that involved kicking, there was a chance I was going to either kick my coffee table or kick my cat. Both of which I wasn't really up for doing. A Microsoft representative recently gave this statement following the headlines. While manufacturing of the Kinect for the Xbox One has ceased, the Kinect continues to delight tens of millions of players around the world. Innovations will live on in the Xbox One, Windows 10 and Cortana. If you really enjoyed using your Kinect, then let us know in the comments below. What games did you enjoy playing? Why did you enjoy playing it? Did you ever accidentally kick your cat or your child? Let us know. Games developer Bethesda has just come under a lot of fire on Twitter following a clip of Wolfenstein 2. Yep, a gaming series that's been going for almost 36 years has only just now started to get complaints centering around its main theme, killing Nazis. Given the game's theme, it's a little unsurprising where all of this came from. Nazis on Twitter. That's right, these people that are making the complaints seem to believe that Bethesda are trying to profit from the current political climate in America, seemingly blissfully unaware how long it takes to plan and actually develop these games. It's the second in a planned trilogy of games, but no, they're definitely just trying to capitalise on what's happening in America just now. That's definitely what Bethesda are doing. Bethesda's Vice President of Marketing even made a statement saying that he thought it was sickening and shocking that people would assume that a game like Wolfenstein 2 was actually trying to make a political statement, and that it was nothing but pure coincidence that his game is involving Nazis, and that Nazis are currently roaming the streets of America. I mean, let's be honest, the only political statement that Wolfenstein 2 is trying to make is that Nazis are bad. Because you know what? Nazis are bad. So, if you're a Nintendo Switch player and you've been looking forward to the new Sonic Forces game, then you're in luck. There's a new demo up on the Nintendo store. But there's a couple of catches. It's only out in Japan, so you need a Japanese Nintendo account. That's easy enough to do. You just log on to Nintendo, create a brand new account, and when it says to set your region, set it to Japan. Log in on your console, and you should be connected to the Japanese eStore. In the new demo for Sonic Forces, you get 3 stages to have a go at, but you only get to play them for 1 minute each. Yep, 1 minute, 60 seconds. That's barely long enough to get a feel for the game, let alone decide whether you want to part with your cash and buy it on its release date. So you could play the demo, but is it really worth it just for 3 minutes of Sonic Forces? Especially when you have to go to the trouble of getting a Japanese account. Sonic Forces is going to be available on November 7th, and it's not only out for the Nintendo Switch, but it's also coming out for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC as well. So if you're desperate to play it, you don't even really have that long to wait anyway. So Halloween is fast approaching, and not everyone can really be bothered going out, which, hey, I sympathise with. If you can't be bothered going out this Halloween, here are 3 horror games that you can sink your teeth into. Five Nights at Freddy's. You know that creepy feeling you get looking at creepy dolls or toys? Well, for all its simplicity, this game is creepy, and it's a great example of how clever design and subtlety can make an experience pretty terrifying. You play a security guard hired to keep an eye on Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, From your security room, you need to monitor the cameras and keep an eye on robot animals and stop them from murdering you. Still images, limited resources, and your own mind playing tricks on you make for a great horror game. Until Dawn. Going on the horror staple of 8 friends going to a remote cabin, Until Dawn has all the makings of a brilliant interactive horror story. Every decision you make in the game has a consequence, from relatively minor moments to full-blown plot twists that'll leave you shocked or wishing you'd gone a different way. A brilliant homage to classic horror cliches. Friday the 13th the game. Can't decide between a horror classic and playing games? Friday the 13th the game is a good compromise. It's a great game to play with friends, as it's Jason versus up to 7 teenagers. He's trying to murder them, they're trying to cooperate to escape. You can escape by car, boat, by calling the cops, or just surviving until morning. If you're randomly chosen to play as Jason, you can have fun by being overpowered and killing all your friends, in a loving tribute to Friday the 13th. That's all the time we've got for you here in the download. See you next week.